So, hey everyone, Podcast here. Today, as on suggestion of my friend Spit 9, we'll be doing the first three cycles qualifiers tier list, courtesy Mithrai. And of course, since he suggested, he's with me, Spit 9. Say hi, bro.
Hello, this is Spitfire.
I think this is the first time he's actually showing his voice, so it should be interesting how it goes. So, yeah, it's a long list, so let's start without further
I'd
ado.
like to thank all my fans
Okay.
for requesting to see me on the big stage. Pokiraj was kind enough to invite me over to his popular channel.
Oh, yes, yes, yes. This is Spit 9 is the most popular person on the internet. You didn't
So
know.
true, so true.
All right. So, shall we?
Yeah, let's go ahead.
Okay. So, the first person in the qualifier list from Factor 1 is Ace Hunter 1. So, what do you know about him, Spitfire?
I think he won the circuit, right, a couple of years
The
ago
LC
in
circuit,
LC.
correct? Correct, correct.
Yeah. And he's also pretty active there, at least right now. I
Mm-hmm.
saw him in LC Classic also recently.
Yeah, yeah.
I think so, I'm not pretty
No,
sure.
no, you're right. Ace Hunter 1 is one of the best LC players currently. And
Was he in SCL? I don't
no,
think so, right?
I don't think he played SCL. No, no, no.
But
But
he's
now, I mean,
probably
now that he
worthy
has,
to play enough.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
you wouldn't be surprised to see his name up there.
No, not anymore, no. When Ascent One, I had known him around for a while. He was mostly a ladder player at one point. Then suddenly brought him to the main stage, and you know about this LPL, the
Yeah, Levy
yeah,
Premier League, right?
yeah. So from there he had started up, and he had always had good results, like 4-0, 5-0. One he had a season where went 9-0, never lost a game, but that was double LC.
But,
So that's interesting because I think Ascent
but
One,
still, that's pretty
yeah, I
pretty
mean,
good.
I think he can play doubles as well if he really had to. So
Something that I rate pretty highly are slots which can support themselves. Like the captain or the managers or
uh,
the other people on the team need
yeah.
not worry about it. Like they can do their own stuff, and I think he can manage by himself.
Oh, LC he definitely can manage. If he
So
plays LC, then
yeah.
oh, there's something
Do
that I
we
also
rank
look.
him in A or B? Because the competition is pretty stiff. I don't think we go lower than that, and I don't
I
think he's S. Right? S we
I'd give him
keep
an
S for
A.
the top.
I'd give him an A because I've
That's fine.
seen him play, and I've seen. I think he'll do well in
Yeah,
the top LC pool, definitely.
I think he has a high ceiling as well. Yeah,
So we'll give him an A right now. A under one. Then moving on, number two is actuarially doubles player, right?
he's an SCL doubles player. I think he did pretty well in doubles World Cup as well. And we know like being good at doubles is
Yeah, yeah.
not that easy.
It's actually not. And this slot also
I think
something
it's
that
it's the same case as Ace Hunter, as in he's self-sufficient in his own slot, and that's
yeah,
even more valuable in case for doubles. Like mechanics
definitely.
are pretty different.
Definitely, demos you as a manager is difficult unless you know the player yourself. It's difficult to help your player out. So having someone who can build for himself is a big, big bonus, and naturally can do that.
Hmm.
So I think seeing the doubles pool, he could very well be an S tier player, depending.
I'd refrain from keeping people who don't play multiple tiers in
Okay,
S tier. Other
fair enough.
if they're not like literally the top of their pool, because
Uh-huh.
the competition's pretty stiff this year, right?
Hmm.
Not saying that they're not worthy. I can certainly see them being having a breakout tour and going like six
Yeah, yeah,
three or something like
yeah,
that.
yeah. Oh, that's fair. That's fair. That case, I'll still give him an A. I mean, I still think that he's
Yeah, same
good enough to have an
same.
A. All right. Moving on. Then we have Attribute. Attribute, I think, played not last BLT, but he played 2, 3 BLTs before that. He only played OU and Monotype, I believe, mostly.
He's pretty good. He's also on West right now. I think he's starting.
Oh, damn, nice.
And yeah, Dagza steals his teams all the time. So he's pretty good in both places. Like Mono, of course, he's one of the top picks. I think team dropped 40K for him last MPL.
Whew,
Like that's 40% of their budget.
my God.
Uh,
But yeah,
so point is he's pretty good in Mono, or like pretty like maybe top three in the whole pool.
yeah.
And then of course making World Cup roster for a big team like US West. I
Mhm.
mean US West is on a downfall right now after what it's been, but still it's competitive enough to give merit to the position that he's got.
So
I
what?
think I'd keep him for a low S tier for now. If the S tier becomes clouded, then we can move him down later. But he's certainly insanely good at both those tiers.
Mhm.
And I can see him being a very solid tiebreak pick if need be as well.
All right. So attribute we'll put in the current S tier for the moment.
Right.
All right. Next we have Avarice. Avarice, I believe, can play PU, UU, monotype. Lots of. I think they play everything.
They won SCL also, right? Recently.
Oh, they did, huh?
Yeah,
Interesting.
they did. They were on the. I think they did. Yeah, they were the Islanders, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Average falls into the category which I feel other good players like Easy and such also fall into. As
Mm-hmm.
in, they're in every side tour also that I've seen. As in, even Discord tours, which are
Yeah,
decently big, like this
yeah.
this
They play everything. Yeah. Whole
Italian
James.
room tour, German room tour,
Yeah, yeah. Current James, whole James doesn't
ADPL,
matter. They
DPL,
play.
like
Yeah, yeah.
all these tours, which are I've always seen their name everywhere, and they're
Mhm.
also in like ROAPL. Like point is, they're very good. Like if they're able to devote their time, they're obviously
That's the thing.
top of the pool.
That's the thing. See, now last I think they played BLT last season for the Celestials, right? Yeah.
The Rob's team, right?
No, they played for the Temps team,
Okay, huh.
but they had a very bad season last year. That I think comes down to motivation more than anything. So depends on the motivation, how motivated they are to play
I
BLT.
think they went for
To
around 15K if I'm not wrong.
yeah, they went for a bit of money. Yeah,
Huh. Like, see, you can. It's a justifiable price. Like, even if you get 75% of their best, they support all the tiers. In which case, it's a very good buy.
no, that I agree on. They're a very good player, but my only thing would be that if he would be motivated enough to put in the work every week, so to say, not pull up with
That's
the team
true.
and say I'll play with this team. That's my only worry.
That's true.
That's the reason I am not putting them in S personally. I still put them around
Same.
A plus or B.
I'd keep them in A as well.
Yeah, yeah, that's better for me.
Let's
And just
not like
purely,
rank them in order between like each sub rank as well. Like in A, we'll just group all of them in the same thing. It'll be too much effort.
yeah, yeah, S A B is enough, and a B plus A plus like is
Yeah.
problematic thing. Okay, next we have Excelsior. So
The
Excelsior,
Indian goat.
oh
No
yes,
Indian bias here.
he's a very good friend of mine. When I managed BLT, he was undefeated, had undefeated season. That was in LC. Last season, I think he played UU mainly. Not sure which team.
He also played in US Snake Draft. I think he did.
Oh,
He went
okay.
even there for
Oh,
Piff's team.
hmm
Huh.
I had no idea.
And he went even there against a good pool. I remember there being a good Piff rating him very highly for his play against Liam Amukumara. I think that's his Moga
Halium.
name.
Yeah, Halium.
So he did pretty well in that game, and I remember him rating pretty highly. And it's good. And overall, his play is solid, but with barring BLT and such, I don't think he has had that big of any accomplishment.
Yeah, he had not so great LC World Cup as well. That's after he had a good BLT, and it's just that maybe Excelsior is one that sort of player who excels in TS those at BLT consistently.
Yeah, there are some tours rooms mains if you get it right.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Those kind of people. Uh, See, certainly they could have a break-off tour. Like we've seen Bully Croc in SCL, right?
Uh,
The lower tier picks always can pop off.
that's agreed.
I think he got top 8 as well, right? In a later cycle, Excelsior, last cycle, in the cycle 3.
I have to see. I'm not sure. I'll see. He
Huh.
wanted
So,
to get topic, but
yeah,
he didn't want to
that's
be
what
in
even I
the.
heard.
He might have. He might have. He was trying hard for it.
Hmm. I'd rate him in B, but
Hmm.
I can
No, that's fair.
certainly see him going very much positive if things work out.
Yeah, yeah. Depends on
And
how much
it's
he
also
plays.
not like it's not like a high risk, low reward type of thing. It's pretty low risk getting him as well.
And he's a
Because
solid
he's
player.
probably
He's a very
self
solid player.
sufficient and I mean not self sufficient, but he'll probably manage in different tiers as well.
Yeah, and if you get him for a price like 6 7K, that's good enough for him. That's a very good price for him.
Yeah, same. I don't think like smart managers this year will be able to gush out more money than that
Huh.
in general, other than maybe for 1 2 players who they see absolutely pivotal for their team.
Yeah.
You won't see ridiculous like overpays like 28K FF2 like
Yeah,
last
that's
year.
agree. I don't think there'll be inflated price pool this time. Everyone would have a even go at it because the pool is so big. You have to be careful how you buy.
Hmm, definitely.
All right. Next we have Balloon, the lure. He's been around for a while.
I'd ra- yeah, he's been around for a while, and I didn't expect his performance last season
Oh yeah.
from the
He played
side. I thought he was like one of those all talk no walk kind of players, but he
well.
certainly turned up. Like he carried the Rosa raids in terms of activity and
Oh
in
yeah.
like team morale. It does a lot for your team. Like
And
having someone who talks a lot and wins a lot.
I'm told you
Like
it was his
it
first
boosts up everyone's
real team
confidence.
for Balur. So I think that for that it was a more motivation for him to do well as of course, being an active presence. But Balur had a very good season last year, and I can see it continue this year if provided he keeps up his activity and work ethic that he showed last
He
year.
is pretty active. Like I saw him flexing in multiple servers that he beat Star in LC Open round one. Classic
Oh
Lure
yeah,
style.
yeah, yeah.
I
Yeah,
think like he's slightly a worse player than Excelsior, but his activity and his motivation to do well and makes him or puts him in the same level.
yeah. I agree with
Like
you.
very so slightly. I'm not like
No,
it's
no.
not enough to differentiate.
Uh-huh. No. I had known
He'd
Baloo for
been
a
A
while.
if the pool was like previous years, but I think as we've said many times up till now, it's a crazy pool this year because of the prizes.
Prize money. Thank you, them. Shout 1060
Uh,
for so much money. But yeah. I mean, Baloo, I think will solid B-rank player for me, and I think he can very well do
Same.
well if he just it's just about how much effort you put in week after week. That's the only thing, and I think Baloo can do that if he's motivated to enough.
Agree.
Right?
Like OU pool is also pretty scary this year. I see like lots of World Cup players are also there.
Yeah, that's all.
So it won't be as free as last year. Like we had, not sure, I can't think on the top of my head, but it's going to be harder this year. But obviously, if
Mhm.
doing well in one setting doesn't mean you can't do the same in a harder setting.
True.
Looking forward to see how he is this year.
Definitely.
How he perform.
Right. Next we have Ban Drizzle or Henguini. They
He's a
also
Turts room main, right?
Yeah, so to say, they started I think last year when they played BLT, then played TLT as well, and have been continuing for since that time, like 2 3 years. They've been
Wasn't
around.
he on Zams?
No, he
I
was.
think
I
he was
think
on.
no, he was on the Welsh Wars team when I won BLT that year. He was on the Welsh Wars team.
Swamperts, huh?
Swampers. Yeah. Next year, I'm not sure which team he went to. I think 2021 he went to. He played for him MJ. Yeah, he played for MJ in the last year.
My God, memory carrying me again.
Might be wrong. But yeah, I think it was a Lapras, not a Lams, Lapras.
Haha, yeah.
But yeah, I think he's also OU player and a mono player, but again, someone who can play anything if required. So
Honestly, I wouldn't rank him pretty high because people who are in only playing tours room haven't been exposed to like high level
high
tournament play.
level
I'm
play
not
too
saying
well.
this in a bad way. Like in general, they might not be able to keep up with this pool.
That's fair enough. I mean, there's a change. There's a level change when you move.
There's
When I moved from
there's a
BLT to the
big
Mono
learning
Net
curve.
Pro. Yeah, no, I agree to that. There's a level change. Like you can feel it. That how they prep, how they do things, how they play. But
And I think the competition for subs as well this year will be pretty harsh. Like you'd have to try out to even make the bench.
that's what I'm thinking. Like, see, so many people, and number two, the undrafted pool is a bigger issue. Drafted pool, they get through. That's okay. But many of the sort of good players are in the undrafted pool or not guaranteed to be
I'd
drafted
say
pool.
he'd have gotten drafted easily if this was a previous like past years,
Yeah,
but this year not so sure.
and if he made top eight, then definitely. But yeah, I don't think he made top eight this time. 30.7,
I
yeah.
don't think I think he made 30. Yeah,
Yeah. So that's also
I'd
a
keep
fact that we have to be careful of. There's a lot of players and lots
same.
and lots of players. But I think I like him a C here. Boundaries a lot.
C or D. I'm fine with D as well, but
Mm, mm,
fine. We'll move him down later if need be.
yeah, I think I put him C for now and go from there. Right. Next we have Chaitanya. Okay. So
He's also exactly same as attribute. I say, as
yeah,
in
mono OU definitely.
yeah,
But
I'd
he
say his OU is much better, like much better.
but I have to argue that he'll do then he can play low tiers as well. As good as the other tiers. I have to say that because I
That's
played him.
true, and I think he'd be like the one of the preferred tie-break picks if you'd ever need. You
Yeah.
just have to care though. Like I've teamed with Chase like 2-3 times in the past year,
Uh-huh.
and man's tried to convince all of us that Scarf Cloyster was the way to go. So there are some times where he truly pops off, and then other times there's Chopple Blissey to counter me and Shaw type of thing.
Hey, that's heat, yeah. What are you saying? That's heat. That's really heat.
I'd put him in S, though I'd hope he's as active. But I in all the tours he'd signed up for, like I'd say he also kind of falls in that average category. But usually if he signs up, he does his best. So
Yeah. And he
I'd
does well.
comfortably rank him in S.
Mhm. That's fair.
To
All right.
compare him with attribute, I think he also went for 45K in MPL once, like last year.
So much money, man. But that just shows
I know, right?
how important he can be to a team. How highly the manager rates him.
Definitely.
So yeah, I think S tier is a good ranking for him. But imagine, bro,
I'd
we have put
agree.
two people in a strategy and two are all more type mains. Imagine in a fucking conflict tier, so to say.
Yeah, like see, people like see, Mono is also on. You'd think it's a clicker tier, like on preview and winning on preview and such, but I'd honestly rate people like Atre and Cheth to win unfavorable matchups as well. Like I've seen him win flying versus
No,
electric
I agree.
comfortably. Like you need to play around the Lando, but still.
Yeah, that's what I have seen people beat I type disadvantages and still win the game. So that's not that. For
Yeah,
example,
I'd
once
still
I saw
rate Chet and Atri, even though they had the unfavorable match, unless it's truly unwinnable, like some
uh,
matchups. But like the neutral slash slightly worse matchups, I'd rate them pretty strongly.
yeah, so that's why I think yeah, I agree. I think these two players, given the matchup, will be able to play out and win anyway, depending. Unless, like you said, the matchup is unwinnable. But yeah, I think this is fine. Chaitanya and S is definitely a thing that we can agree on.
Definitely.
Right. Oh. Next, we have the chosen one. The chosen one, please. Or
The GOAT, best player ever.
Atago, please sit on me.
No bias at all. Best name, best player ever.
So, geez, is a doubles you player mainly, but I think he only played
Willing to
doubles.
bingo. I'm definitely willing to put this on a bingo slot saying that ESM will bid for him pretty hard.
Yeah, because it's very much possible that unless if he ends up on team other than ESMs, then there's a high chance he'll cancel, which happened before, I think.
Ah, yes. High risk, high reward.
It's kind of what. Yeah,
He's pretty good at do, nothing else to say. Like,
yeah,
uh, I think he, like, you'd worry about him being rusty, but I think he also is trying for ladder tour, doubles ladder tour, and he played in doubles World Cup. I'm not sure about that, but he's good. We know he's a consistent performer
yeah,
in BLT and of course self-sufficient doubles player, and in if he's on a team he likes good team chat presence goes pretty far.
yeah. And should chat present with his deep thinking. Anyway,
The
but no, no. Where would you
Genshin
rank
Impact memes truly lift the team morale, bro. Trust me.
him? But where would you rank him in the current WSOE pool?
I definitely put like without a doubt I put him in A.
All
It'd
right,
be any like he's good enough to hold his own with the other doubles mains.
that's true. That's true.
That,
That's very much true.
huh.
All right. Next, we have Unzip Stroger. Kroger. Yeah.
I think the first like him trying to get onto the main stage was him qualifying for this thing OLT. I
Oh, he
think he
did.
lost like he lost like in the first few rounds itself, but
Mhm.
qualifying itself is a big achievement.
Big achievement.
He
Yeah.
made OLT. Like recently, I've seen he's trying to qualify for UU Ladder Tour as well.
I've seen him play.
I think he knocked out, or he knocked out TDK in OST as well. I'm not sure,
That's interesting.
but certainly has not done like anything more significant than that. Obviously, these are good achievements in
Yeah.
itself. But again, I think he falls in the same category as Balur in terms of being good, like definitely being good at the game, but not sure how he'd fare in this type of pool.
I think we can
He
give a
signed up for
chance.
what tiers? OU, and
Sorry,
what tiers did he sign up for?
I have to say I'm not sure where he signed up for.
Let me have a look.
But I've seen him play. I was looking at Smotos once. I saw his game. He's a fine player. He knows how to play. He knows mostly his ins and outs. But
UU, RU, NU, and OU in that order.
okay, so all the lower tiers mainly two lower
Hmm.
tiers and OU.
I'd say since he falls in the same category as Balur, but he's not proven himself.
I think we
And
can give
before
him a
we'd
C
put
here
him in
and
the
see how it
C.
goes. Yeah, yeah.
Huh, same. But he's certainly better than Band Drizzle also. We probably move him down.
Hmm. Okay.
I think that's fine. Like having a more accurate ranking at the end is better than
All right. But let's
worrying about how people feel.
get ready for some replies to the post on
Shots
emails.
fired. Sorry.
Anyway, next we have Crucify. Crucify played SPL. I think Blackrock to you. He played,
Yeah,
and
he popped off in Classic. Good for him.
but I think he's mostly an old
Like
gens
some
player.
certainly some players in different communities, you know from beforehand that they're good. Like
Huh.
people have been saying that Stretch is amazing for a while now.
Yeah,
Whoever has played OMs, everyone knows that Stretch is amazing, but
yeah,
he recently only made the transition. So I
yeah.
think Crucified did the same from 1v1.
Crucify, I've seen him. He played. I think at start of the gen, he played Ubers. He plays Ubers Most Wanted and all those stores. Then moved on to
Right,
1v1.
right, huh?
Then
True.
then he plays OGens OU. So he's someone like you can see that he'll transition easily and do well in whatever he plays. So,
True.
but my only thing is that how much Ranjan he has played since then, since Ubers. That's my only question.
Same, same,
But
same.
I think I put
He
him
he's
in.
certainly a player who's like better than many of the people if he tries, but meta knowledge is also pretty important, right?
That's what. That's what.
There's only so far you can go with your innate Pokemon skill.
Yeah. Which is why I think I want to put him in B or A, but I think B is a better position for him at the moment.
I want to put him in A, but I think we'll settle for B.
Yeah. But let's say form. Crucify, I've seen him a lot of time and he's a very good player. He's a very good player.
I think, like, see, if he ends up on a team where on a like team where the managers or there's someone who builds pretty often, like
Mhm.
there's someone else who's a workhorse and just supplies good teams and he's just expected to play his games, he'd certainly go positive. I'm pretty sure.
No, I agree. I agree. But I only think he should just have some knowledge about what he's playing. He's a good Pokemon player,
He
definitely.
he
But
will, but he won't be like self-sufficient in the tiers he wants
no,
to
that
play
I
if
agree.
it's
I
not
don't think he
OU.
will be. Yeah, yeah. Unless he picks some tier he wants to play himself. Let's see how it goes. But
Hmm.
yeah, I think he'll do fine. He'll do fine. This BLT. Even if the pool is a bit
Same.
tough, he will do fine. As I trust I have him.
Yeah, like you know that he's good, right? He's proven himself recently as well.
Yeah, definitely. He plays SPM, so it shows how he can perform. Anyway, next we have Crunchman. Crunchman, doubles player, mainly.
They're pretty good in terms of like
Hmm.
knowing their stuff, but they kind of choke a lot in their games. Like post game, like at least in the last store we teamed up in,
Yeah.
we explained to him, or like we realized that there were more optimal plays to be made. I think he did well in DPL just now, Doubles Premier League.
Hmm.
I saw him push his team to like win and then make his team get to a tiebreak. So
Nice.
he's definitely good,
And
but
I first met
he's
Crunchman, I think, when he played for Pokéraj PL. So
truly emerging stars.
he played doubles OU there. And I remember that the first week he played Shadow Monster. And he
Huh.
hard prepped. He definitely hard prepped and completely C teamed Shadow. Which shows that
Yeah,
if he
see,
wants.
I actually even I first met Crunchman last year. I think when he used to go by Tech Thieves,
That teams,
and
yeah.
then last year it was around the time of the Urshifu suspect.
Ah,
Yeah, I think it was then, and then that was also around the time of BLT calls, right, last year.
yeah.
So I saw them in room tours and such, and then I recommended them to different managers. Like he was good, and then Jomatos also was there, right? I think he
Tomatoes.
goes by Jonas right now.
Okay.
Like Jonas, and then there was this other doubles player also called how do you
IQ.
pronounce it? IKIQ,
IQ,
something
IQ.
like that.
Yeah, it's IQ.
Yeah,
Yeah.
IQ. That guy is also pretty good. Like
Yeah.
for like not so popular doubles pick, and they were also pretty devoted to like doing well.
Uh-huh.
So the motivation is there and everything else is there, but I'd rate them in a rank slightly lesser than actuarially
Okay.
because they're already proven.
Yeah.
Both are self-sufficient. One is more proven.
So we put him in B for now. Go from there.
Huh.
Right. All right. Next we have Domani. Domani or Hacker.
Hacker, yeah.
Hacker. Yeah. So not many people know
He
about him.
for those who don't know, he's a
Yeah.
very very good up and coming draft player. Like
Oh,
in
yeah.
the recent
Oh,
one
yeah.
of the big draft tours called TDT, he went 8-1 I think or something like that,
Yeah.
something crazy like that. And in draft Premier League that's going on right now, he went for 27K.
Holy shit.
So if anything, he's feeling high on Mons and he's like probably peaking, which is good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So
Hacker is some.
definitely, draft
Yeah.
players transitioning over to Smogon is pretty nice to see, and the skill obviously translates over
Yeah,
also. Like,
definitely. He was top 8 and first cycle. He got 140 something points.
uh,
So
that's also pretty hard to do.
yeah, in the first cycle itself, yeah, a lot of competition that time. So this goes to show that he's a very good player, and we can watch for him as we have played with him in drafts. That he'll be a solid pick, whoever picks him.
For sure.
And
But I think he'd fall in the same category as Crucify, though. Like, not
yeah,
knowing each of the tiers properly. I
yeah.
mean, to an extent where you'd call yourself a main,
Hmm.
not
That is
knowing
not the
it to that
value.
level might hold him back from truly emerging as the top of any pool.
Huh. No, but
But the
I think that if you say, for example, you give him a tier, Hacker, you say, okay, now you this penalty you will play this tier. So I think he's someone who will just go into that tier completely, in depth and ladder and all those things, learn whatever it is to learn about that tier. I think that's something that I can see him doing if it all happens.
hello?
Huh? Oh, he went off.
Yeah, my net died. Sorry.
Oh, okay. But yeah, I was
Huh?
saying that if you give him a tier, like you say, okay, you play RU this BLT, then he is someone who is go into the depth of the tier and learn about the
What
tier.
did he sign up for?
I'm not sure. I have to see.
Let me see.
Nothing making
Yeah, I'd put him in B for now,
Yeah,
but
I agree. I agree.
he'd certainly is a good opponent. I mean, good prospect for doing much better than what he's ranked for.
Yeah, no, that I agree. I think B rank would be a good place for him to start off with this BLT. But
Agree.
what did he sign up for?
I'm searching. LC, UU, and double OU.
Double you. That's interesting.
Can play anything though.
But okay, then we got it. But yeah, Hacker is a good friend of mine. He drafted me for my first draft team top. So he's
Which was
which was
WPF team tough.
no, it was PWS.
Nice.
But it was fun. It was fun. I lost all games. I only won semifinals. I only won in semis
I
and
was
finals.
waiting for
I
that.
won semis and
I didn't
finals.
want to say.
I won semis and finals though. That was important. But I lost the regular season games badly, unfortunately. But I won when it mattered, so it's fine.
Raj clutch forever.
Yeah, yeah.
Best sub.
Up next we have Dagza or Maple or I don't know what else.
F tier, straight F tier, unviable.
Unviable loser.
Just kidding. He came first, right, in Cycle 1 qualifiers?
Yeah, he only did
Try
that because
hard.
he didn't want to be forced to play more type.
Needs to touch grass.
Definitely.
Just kidding.
No, but I'm told that he definitely.
He's also right. He's still in RE Open. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
Right now.
I think he'll play
Klaus is also
anything
in RE Open.
that is not monotype.
Man will go to any extent to not
That's
play
why he tried
monotype.
hard for top
Being
eight.
a monotype main.
Yeah.
That's what he told me as well.
So, but I think he'll play anything. I mean, I'm teaming with him in this UUFPL. He's playing UU, of course. And
I'm
I think
in
he
your
is like
team, bro.
5-1, 4-1, 5-1. Right
You
now.
forgot me only. I mean, I was also in the same team.
Yeah, you just died of it. I don't know. You're not. I can't see anymore. So
भाई के साथ ऐसे करता है क्या?
What to do, yeah? You didn't perform, yeah. You lost 2 games, yeah.
I'm there. Playoffs, bro. Trust.
Oh.
So I'm also with Ducks and multiple team tours decently. And he's one of the players who always preps, regardless of how important the game is.
Yeah.
You'd always see him prep.
Yeah.
He clicks during the games though. Called out. I'm sorry. Yeah, okay. We know how good he is.
Yeah,
We know how valuable his mono support can be. That's
yeah.
also a factor. Like you can draft a not top level mono main and then expect to go positive with just his support.
Mm-hmm. That's just it. Are we going to put another Mortal
I'd
main
put
in
him in
S
A.
tier? Or
I'd put him in A.
okay,
Like I'd certainly rate Atri and Cheth to be much better players than Daxa. Like
okay. That's
in
fine.
multiple, like in they can also literally be top of the OU pool as well, which
Yeah,
is pretty valuable.
disagree. True, true, true. So I think 8 years is a good push for him right now. But I think he,
I'd
if,
put him certainly at the top of A tier though. Like if we were
huh,
ranking between them,
yeah,
certainly he'd be at the top of A tier
true.
right now.
Mm-hmm. All right. Up next, we have Elfusion. Elfusion,
I didn't know them until pretty recently.
no, no, they're
Like
good.
I see, I
Uh-huh.
thought they were like kind of like drizzle type of tours main, but
Yeah.
they recently seem to be up and coming on Smogon as well. Like they're doing pretty well in Slam. I think they're in contention for playoffs right now,
Mm-hmm.
and they're also doing decently well in other tours like Natdex World Cup and PSPL.
Yeah. I think they
So
were predominantly a LC main before transition to other tiers as well. And
yeah, I'd see them as a good like all around Slam tier pick.
definitely, exactly. That's what I wanted to say. And Elfusion, I think I'd rate him an A. Might be a reach, might be a big reach. But from what I've
I'd
seen of
put him
his,
at the top of B for now since he's
hmm,
not played before. How has he played in any Smogon tours?
I think he played RUPL. I think he was in RUPL.
Yeah, I think he was in RUPL as well. Yeah,
He played last year's
yeah,
BLT
fine.
as huh?
Makes sense. I'd be open to putting him in A.
Might be a reach to some, but just my suggestion. I think Alfusen is good enough to be in A. I have to
Yeah,
say.
see, you can even though I'd say as a player he's maybe like top of B.
Hmm.
His knowledge in other slam tiers would be valuable. Like you saw Expulso go for 21K last year, I guess, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Just because they're able to support every slam tier.
And able to do well if they had to play that tier as well.
Huh.
That's a
So
big plus.
that's pretty valuable.
Yeah. All right.
That's enough to push them over to A, I'd say.
Hmm. Up next we have Feral Bor 21. OU Toes Room mainly.
Yeah, say I only recognize that he's a Tor's room main, but nothing more than that.
I think they have played some. I think TLT or BLT. One of those they have played before.
Yeah, yeah. I'm scrolling down and they've played TLT.
So, but I don't
But
think they would have in this pool.
I
Definitely.
don't think they'd get drafted, to be honest.
Who is him top?
Unless like someone was like he's from Spain apparently, and like we all know that every community has its own sub community.
Yeah.
So if someone was familiar with people playing in Spain and then noticed that he's doing well, then he'd probably get picked up as for bench.
Hmm.
I don't see him starting in any sense.
Yeah. I think I
Hoping
put
to be
him,
proven wrong though.
but I put him in F right now because I don't think they're not better than Bandazulol. I think Bandazulol is better than Kalbo.
Same,
So I put him in F in this ranking. Next we have Fan Game 10, who I know nothing about. Never heard of them.
same. I'd put them in no, don't
Don't
know.
know.
Genuinely don't know. First
Genuinely
time I'm
don't know.
hearing of them.
Yeah. Right. Next we have FC, Uber's cheerleader. FC.
I
So.
think they also fall in the same category as Avaris. They're
Mm-hmm.
like very good skill wise,
Mm-hmm.
really good, self sufficient, but they're in every tour I see.
Fascinating. But I think in
Every
this
single
tour
tour.
he'll definitely only play Ubers. I don't think he can. Yeah, can see him
I
anywhere.
think he didn't sign up for like what did he sign up for explicitly? Let me see.
No, because if it's not Ubers, then I have to say that still will be different because we have many mains, many tier
That's
mains.
true.
So in that sense, he might be.
But I can still see him picking it up. Like I think he got drafted late for both USD and UUPL
Okay.
as well. So like he'd manage for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But and I at least expect him to go neutral in whatever pool he's in.
Okay. That's fair.
I'd keep him in A only for that reason, as to not being sure of how much activity he'll promise.
Mhm.
But if certainly he'll try, like you can see certain course, like for example, John Filch is there, right? He'd
Yeah.
certainly be very active on the Easy and Crying team because
Mhm.
they have that synergy from before.
Friendship is there. Yeah, yeah. Synergy is there.
Yeah. But if he's drafted on another team, he might not promise the same levels of activity. I might be wrong though. This is just my assumption.
But where would you rank him now? Like, if you say
I'd
that
put him
he,
in a same
yeah,
level as Alvarez.
all right. But I think if he played Ubers, that I would put him a bit higher in like high it reaches away. But if he's not playing Ubers, then I have a bit of a doubt. But I might be proven wrong. Let's see.
Searching. Huh. Uber, so you don't put me in any others, but I'd be down to you if I need to sub to.
Okay, then I think then it's better. Then if he plays Ubers, then is
Okay, we'll keep him in low S for now. If you feel that.
mm, no, I think A is fine. I think A is fine. Fine. Not gonna lie, A is okay.
That's also fine.
Yeah, yeah. Next we have Fragments. Fragments, I think played last
Wash
year.
Rand batsman for
Yeah,
sure.
Ryan Batsman and OU main, who played for the which team was that? He was in Crying, I believe. They had a very good synergy going on. Crying.
The Articuno sports team.
Post team. Yeah, I think he did well also. I think he had a positive record in OU.
I'd rate him like skill level wise and like activity slash motivation wise same level as Balur.
Hmm.
Like he can hold his own
Yeah.
and he's pretty motivated to do so.
Hmm.
But if you were a manager and you had to pick, you'd still pick someone who's more proven and who you'd not have to worry about as
Hmm.
much. Like worry in a sense, be assured, not like worry about him losing or something.
Hmm. Oh, agree. That's agree. But yeah, I agree with you that he'll prep and he'll also be active in the chat like Balor, which and
Oh
still
yeah,
not
he has the cutest dogs as well. So that
know.
that certainly makes sure that he's one rank higher than what we want to rate him as.
All right then. Where
I'd
would you
keep him
rate
in B.
B? All right. Fragments in B. Up next, we have Geo 97. Okay. So,
They play a lot of tours,
a lot of those.
and they're also a tours room main, I'd say in some sense.
Hmm.
But I don't think they've like uh, improved to the level which they like you'd think they're capable of.
Yeah.
They still click a lot in
Yeah.
most tours.
And also agree to that. They didn't play well. Or they always say after the game that I didn't play that well. I wanted to do better. But
Huh.
they have been trying. They have been
The
trying. But
C They have been trying, which is always a good strike, which is
yeah.
always a good sign. But
And
certainly more to do and room to improve.
hmm,
I'd put them in C comfortably.
all right.
C or D, either
I
is
think.
fine.
Uh,
I
hmm.
think Unzip's Kroger is better than them, so
Yeah,
I'd keep
that's
them
what I
in
think.
D.
I put it at D. Geo for the moment and see how it goes. All right. Next we have GXA.
F tier,
S
straight
tier.
F tier, unviable.
Yeah, no, definitely S tier.
Just
I
kidding.
think,
Yeah, definitely S tier.
yeah, man can play anything.
Nothing much to say. He's carried his team twice to like the title,
Yeah,
and when he's motivated, he can play every tier, including do doubles.
yeah, he played double once. So
Doubles
yeah,
main GXC.
yeah. I think
I don't think we need to spend too much time here. He's just really good when he wants to be.
yeah.
And then he's also really good at like managing his team in terms of like motivating his players and supporting them though. Like at
Hmm,
worst, he'll already always have a stall team ready for anyone to use.
that's fine.
Any tier.
Yeah, that's why I think JC is a very good pick. Definitely a nice player, a strong player. He has players.
Hoping all the managers bid on him to make sure to increase his price. Definitely.
No longer 12K. He should be 15K for a manager.
Yeah.
All right. We'll just pause for a minute. I
GXC the
think I
type of
need to go.
person to forget to buy himself until after the draft.
Hey, Spitfire, I think
Moving
we'll
on.
just pause for 5 minutes. I have something to do. Will you be
Sure,
back?
sure. I'll be here only. Let
Yeah,
me
yeah,
know
be
when
right
you're
back.
back.
Just pause. All right. All right, so we're back. Sorry for the delay. Slight pause. Next, we next we have Halaman 95. What about that?
Tours room main.
Those remain, definitely.
I like see last year we saw some tours room main doing well, like due to luck or not. Like we saw, I think Hoopa
Hmm.
beating Lenit and stuff
Yeah, that
in
was
few,
interesting.
like with the same team, and due to missing multiple triple axels, that's a
Yeah.
different story. But point is, tours room mains also can fetch you wins, and they're obviously cheap buys. Like no
Hmm.
one will bid for them
Yeah.
unless you're like luck up and you buy Richard Pepper round one, but that's a different story.
Okay. Nah, I won't. Uh,
I'd put them a rate above other tours room mains, but it's the same thing you'd say for others. Like I'd put them in C,
hmm.
but same thing, unproven elsewhere, but
Yeah.
no familiar face.
All right. We put him in C anyway. Still, I think Halaman. I think had some good wins last year as well.
Right.
He played. I think he played for Lance team. I think which team chose the Pujanas. I think Lant
Um,
and
I heard you say Pujaras and not Puchianas.
no. You have a very bad mentality, huh? What I've been watching in college dorms. It's something very interesting right now.
He's hit multiple centuries, bro, right now in county cricket. That's why talk of the town.
Okay.
Hmm.
Next we have HJKHJ or Theodore Manny.
Yeah. Yeah.
Drafty.
Same as Hacker, but he's much better there.
Much.
Like he's
He's age.
probably like top 15 or top 20 draft players like
Yeah.
currently or all time.
Yeah.
He's
I.
really good, and I think like until recently he's only been known to peak on ladder with a stall like
Tall team.
every ladder.
But I think he mainly prefers to use bulky teams. I don't
For
think he
sure.
ever offenses, power offenses, anything like that. He prefers tall,
Like, that
bulky.
can be a big hindrance. Like
Hmm.
people knowing and prepping for stall.
But that's what now. That's he still wins. The guy still wins. But depends on the team to environment that people assume okay, this guy is bringing.
Yeah, I mean in a team tour environment.
But that's the thing. He is playing that UFL, na. He's playing ORS UU. I think he's positive using those team structures of bulky offenses.
I'd rate him pretty good in all the slam tiers, right? And
Mm.
he's obviously pretty motivated to play. If he was trying for like number one seed in cycle one, then
And
you obviously know that they're motivated to play.
I think he also played one of the lower tier PLs. I think he played for RUPL also. Not sure.
Not sure as well.
He played one
But
of the PLs definitely.
regardless, I'd still put them in a solid A, like
Yeah,
good
agreed.
all round slam tier pick. And if anything, like it's a double-edged sword known to being used on. Like if you prep too hard for it, someone else could just very viably pass them a team, and then you'd like very much lose out on the matchup.
Hmm. But still, I think he has that skill level to be able to outplay the situation, depending.
For sure, for sure. Like we've talked about this earlier when we were talking about hacker, but being good at draft automatically makes you somewhat good at least.
Yeah,
If not very good, somewhat good at least.
yeah. All right. Next,
Agreed.
we have Kev. Kev, I believe, is a mono player.
Huh, one of mean.
Yeah. So I don't know much about him apart from his being a more type main. So up to you.
He's the mono leader, and
Yeah.
he's like been a chat presence in Dagza's team for like the past two mono time team tours, so I know him pretty well.
Okay.
He's good at the game, but
Hmm.
I don't think he plays any other tier other than mono. Like the
Okay.
mono means we've talked so far are either like really good at OU or like Dagza who's good at multiple tiers elsewhere.
Yeah.
Like he's certainly good at OU mono. I'm pretty sure he'd he'd at the very least go neutral or above, and that's pretty good. And I'd reckon that he'd go for a lesser price than the other mono mains
Because of.
for sure.
Mhm.
So that's also like interesting. I mean, valuable for managers to look at because this tournament and draft is mostly going to be around money management itself.
Yeah. Definitely.
Smart pickups will be like the biggest key. I can see he'll definitely hold his own against anyone in like the tournament. I
Hmm.
rate him pretty highly as a mono player,
Okay.
but him not being able to play other tiers might not push him up to less. So I rate him at a solid A.
All right.
He's self-sufficient, like same as what the justification we gave for Ace Hunter and Actually.
Mm-hmm. Agreed. Agreed. If you say no, nothing to say. I don't have much info on him, so I'll go with the opinion
Huh.
on this.
He's also MPL manager this season, so
Right. Right. All right. Next we have Kyo or Kyotoshi, a solid OU player.
made top 16 in OST. He beat me as well.
Oh, he's fire. This guy's flames. He last year also he played for, I believe, he played RU last, believe, last year.
He plays on somehow ends up on ESM teams mostly.
No, but he played for Rolls last year. But for Keter, he played RU.
Okay, then I'm thinking of an older year.
No, yeah,
He played for the
he
Laxus
played
as
for
well.
ASM in 2019 or 2020. No, 19, I think.
Fossils, bro. We are.
Yeah. But yeah, he played RU last year,
He
and
recently picked up OU pretty well. Like I think he was knocked out by Giannis
Mhm.
in
Giannis is good.
OST, which you can't. Yeah, you can't have any shame in that. Like
Yeah.
Giannis is a different level. He'll probably be. We're not talking about Giannis here, but point is he went very far in OST, which is not easy. Like till a certain point, you can like say good matchups and stuff, but he played well in my series as well.
And that's one. And other thing, he can also play other days as well if required. He played RU, like I said, last year, and
How
was
do you
ranked.
do?
Yeah, he played RU. He played. He had a positive season. I don't think he lost. He lost just one game or two games at most.
That's good.
So that's why I think he's solid A. Kyotoshi or Kyo.
Agree. But he can definitely pop off and like go
Oh
top
yeah,
of the OU pool
he's
as well
good.
with good support.
Yeah, he's good. I have to agree. He's very good. Then we have Leru. Leru, of course, SPL player. Yeah.
No, he's oldie, but I used to think that they don't talk much and like they just get fed teams because that's the experience. It's been on one v one team tour, but
Okay.
I teamed with them recently in SMPL and such, and they were pretty like they were carrying the Uber slot themselves with like
Oh.
activity wise as well, prepping hard, and so that's what I think they do in other team tours as well. And the 1v1 thing was a one-off case,
Mm-hmm.
and certainly they're a very good player like SPL and SCL. They're a very good player. Only thing again is falling into the same category of good player, but don't know how much they're motivated.
That's what. But
Hmm.
I don't think
They signed up for Ubers,
I don't know.
probably.
Maybe. I think they can play anything.
Whatever. Either ways, most likely, regardless, they'll be fed a team if it's not Ubers or the tier they know, and they'll still manage to do well.
Yeah.
Like they'll manage to outplay in game. Only thing is motivation, which of course will come with the if you're doing well or if you like the people on your team. So I put them in A, but they're definitely an S tier, like pickup wise,
Yeah, that the
depending on
potential is
team
there
chemistry.
for being an S level player if required.
It's just how much they care about it.
Hmm.
So I'd keep them in A for now.
Right. Up next, we have the legend himself, Elka.
Straight S tier. We
Got
don't
it.
talk much about it.
Done.
Straight S tier.
Here, right here. S
First
tier
pick
player.
of the draft. Drop all your money on this man.
So yeah, Elka.
Best player ever. If I
El-
had the confidence, if I had his confidence in life, I'd be in a very different place now.
Yeah, I mean Elka has been an ancient Tournament player, has been around for forever.
We'll
And
retire before him, bro.
yeah.
Definitely.
I remember when Elka, I think it was 2019 BLT, when he was really, happy at I'm ready to be my first blood for BLT Ubers. And he was playing
And then he
Raftel
lost.
Rashiram, if you don't know him. He's also an Indian.
I know. Indian guy, right?
Yeah. So he
Huh.
so he pulled up in the same team that he always uses in the toes, and of course lost. So
I
that
think
was,
he beat Mysterious M the next week, right?
but he changed the team. He used Webb's
Yeah,
offense.
he beat Mysterious M and then everyone lost their mind. Like, oh my god, Lakap's the best player ever.
But yeah. El Cap is someone who madly prefers offense, hyper offense.
See,
But
as a player, we know where they are. Like, we don't need to butter it up. We know where
yeah.
they are. But as a team morale, I'd still draft them like over anyone else.
Mm-hmm. And
Imagine blaming someone for every loss of the team. Pretty good. pretty good value for price.
But where do we rank them?
S tier, bro. First pick of the draft.
All right, it's still
Never
there.
ever.
Done. STL Cup. Okay.
Next up, we have
Ninja.
Los. We'll just say Losco.
Lost. Okay, 1 minute. I messed up a bit. I think. Before
The power
Lost
of luck app confused your own rankings, bro.
No, I dragged Ninja somewhere else, so maybe messed up a bit. Okay, Lost. Yeah.
He's a Ranbats player.
Hmm.
He's Italian, I'm pretty sure as well.
Yeah, he's Italian.
So he has the superior blood in his genes in terms of Mon skill, innate Mon skill.
The Italian skill.
Except stable, everyone except. Sorry, shots fired again. Huh. So I think he's qualifying this cycle for top 8 as well. Like
Okay.
that's what was said like yesterday or day before in chat, as in he's trying for top 8. I think he
Yeah.
has around 90 to 100 points as well.
Okay.
And the skill is there. Just don't know how that would translate over to actual tiers.
Hmm.
I've not for now. I'm not sure if they've played non-Ranbat stores in any official capacity. But if I were a manager, and I would definitely take a chance on him and then have someone help him prep. I definitely see them doing well
All right.
because I've played them recently for multiple tours as well, or I've seen them play.
Uh-huh.
So the skill is there, just the execution. Not very sure about that.
So what you are in B right now?
So low B or high C, it's up to you. Your call.
I think put him in B. I played him once in a
Yeah,
room
fine.
for you. He played very well. He played well. He used that that weakness policy Blaze team.
Oh, the one that Manat used.
Yeah, speed boosting.
Uh,
Yeah, sword power, all this good stuff.
Fine. Good job.
Yeah, they're fine. They're good player. So I think B is good.
The next player is a Ranbats main, right? Again?
Lucas, no?
That's what I'm asking.
Yeah, he Ranbat Main also plays those mashups or mashups.
Oh, no idea.
Yeah,
Did he qualify for top 8 or 30 points?
30 points. I think I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But
Then, unless they know the managers personally and then has the confidence of someone, I'm not sure if they'd get drafted. But I think I've seen them play in Ranbat's team tour
in
once, and
Ranbats they are good. In Ranbats they are good. In
yeah,
mashups
yeah.
they are good.
I
So
think he was on the March Shadows like a couple of years ago,
okay.
and he won for us pretty often. Yeah, yeah, I remember now.
No, Ranbats is good. Ranbats definitely is good. Mashup also he's a good
Hmm.
player. But regular tier is
We
what.
don't know how much that would translate over to
Yeah.
Mons, and that too in this pool. So I'd rate them in D. Like
D.
I'd
Yeah.
say that if you really want to, and then if there is a small chance that they do very well, but
Mhm.
so far we don't know, so we
Mhm.
can't rate them pretty
Yeah.
higher than that.
Yeah, I think D is good time for them right now, and we'll go from there and see how it goes.
Same.
All right. Next, I believe is Lewison.
Yeah, Louis.
Louis.
Louis is good, man. Like
Oh,
we've
nice
teamed
speed.
in multiple sites.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
he's a nice presence in the chat,
Yeah.
and he's always tried in all the tours. Right now, we're also teaming in OMPL, and he's doing well there right now. And I think he's also playing for Mexico in World Cup. I think he
Yes.
lost though versus Rain like 2 days
Yeah.
ago
He lost to China.
in the qualifiers.
He lost to China.
Huh. No shame in losing to China, bro.
And he lost to Alan Shearer, who made the finals first week. Oh, semis.
Oh, yeah, he also went pretty far in OST, right?
Yeah, semis or finals. One of those.
I think quarters though. Like, semis was he wasn't there in semis. I'm pretty sure. Yeah,
He was in semis, yeah?
semis was TJ, Bushtush, Yanis, and Stresh.
And Stresh.
Yeah, Stresh went finals, right?
We went Boosters and Stresh finals.
I remember TJ and Yanis were there.
Okay, then, yeah, might be wrong.
I might be wrong. Fine.
Then quarters.
Yeah,
Then
point.
quarters.
Louis is good. Louis is good at the game.
Yeah.
Like he plays every tier. I think he's a battle spot singles main, but
Yeah,
otherwise
I think I first teamed up with him for BSPL.
so
Lewison. Yeah, he was fire.
he certainly doesn't main any of these tiers, but
I think
he's
he
good
plays more
enough
type
to
more. He
manage.
plays more type more, I think. He played cap mono for
That
my
makes
team in
sense.
the cap CL.
I don't think we get to rate anyone based on their performance
Hey
in
man,
cap.
come on, it's cap.
I'd be S tier, bro. Finally.
But still, come on. Hello? Oopsie. One moment. All right, sorry about that. I accidentally closed the tab, but we're back. So we're talking about Lewis then, and
He's a good. He can manage when provided teams,
yeah,
but I like if they don't do extremely well, I'd expect them to go neutral in whatever tier they slotted in.
okay. So where do you rank him?
I'd put them in low B.
Agreed. Next we have Mac Knife, Toes Room guy.
And then they also are Tour's room main.
Yeah, made some good predicts with nice puns.
So true.
But as a player, I think they did okay last BLT. Not sure.
They signed up for doubles, right? If I'm not wrong.
I really don't remember.
Let me have a look. Yeah, see, they're also one of those people who are like consistent, familiar faces, but don't know how they'd fare in such a pool.
Yeah. But I think Mac Knife, I think I'll rank him D here. Just because, or a C.
Bench, doubles, NU, and Ubers.
Hmm.
I'd put him in C though. I was thinking
Yeah.
between B and C, so we'll split the
C.
difference.
C is fine. But
He
Mac Knife
can
is
do
good.
well though. Like
Yeah,
we
he can
just
do well.
don't know if.
He'll also be a good chat presence as well, I think.
That's also true. It's also valuable.
So having him in C is, I think, the start ranking for him right now. All right. Next we have Maki. Maki's fuck. Tottenham.
They're pretty good. I just played them for Mono today in a different tour, and they're really good,
Oh, they are good.
really consistent. I'd rate them same as Kev.
Okay.
And they were what other tier do they play? Do they? I think they play UU to some capacity. Like they're a 1v1 main. Like started out in 1v1.
Yeah.
But
They matched out after that.
what other tier do they? Not sure if they play any other tier, but they're pretty good in Mono. I think they were on GXC's team last year. Like
No, they were on Twitter team. No, wait. Yeah.
yeah, they were on GXC's team because Maki
Mono,
plus
mono, mono. Yeah.
yeah. They also played doubles, I think, for some time.
I think they mainly played
I'm
mono
pretty sure.
last year.
Yeah. Okay. Fine. Point is they're good and they seem to be active since they signed up for MPL managers as well. So
Okay.
point is that they have the free time and they're willing to play
Yeah.
and they're good. So
Can I come in?
proven also in mono, self-sufficient. Same reasoning as Kev. I think we can comfortably place them in A.
All right. Right. Next we have Ban Budoro. Toes Room guy. Toes Room
This is
moderator.
Mal, right?
Mal, yeah.
Familiar face. 3,000 points in tournaments room. No one can reach. No one can get anywhere close to that. Even the god Lakap can't get close to that.
Maybe Geron if he ever comes back.
With Geran's on a different level. Yeah.
Professional chess player. Yeah.
So I don't think they're good enough to manage on themselves in this pool. Like at best, I'd see them going neutral. At best.
Yeah.
Like because they use the same teams for every tier, regardless of every room tour they play in, like with the same nicknames as well.
But that's
So
that's just room tours, right? I mean, at team tours they'll change the team definitely. They don't level up.
that's true.
They do the same team again.
That's
and again.
true.
But
that's why they're not S tier, bro.
But then
so I'd rate them high C, low B.
Yeah.
Like see, he was on a UFPL team, right? And I saw him actually prepping for that pretty decently.
Yeah.
For the slot he was subbed in. So it's there, and obviously the time is there because that's how we'd be playing so many room tours in the first place. But not sure if we can expect any consistent form of result. Hoping to see good things.
Yeah, agreed.
So high C is what I'd put him for now.
Okay. Next we have Martin Adams. I think that's an out. Martin Adams. I think there's another main name for him. Martin
I
Adams
haven't
was
heard of this name before,
no,
so
no,
you can talk about him.
no. I don't know about him. I think this is an alt of someone. I'm forgetting the name of the guy.
Let me open it then. Martin. It's Matthew Leiria. He has 20 posts and
Oh,
2017
then
joined
he's
it.
not someone
So
I thought. No, no, no.
same, no idea. Literally don't know. First
Don't
time
know.
I'm hearing it.
Yeah,
It'd
right.
be funny if it's an alt and he gets banned mid-season.
One more for
Calling
the
it right
big
now.
list. For the big list. Right. Next we have Miminger 21. I think he played Tozo guy again.
Same. I think again. Say I don't think we can add much to him being other than him being in the same category as Drizzle,
Mm-hmm.
playing consistently in BLT or like TLT, but don't know much about him other than that, and not having any breakout performances in them either.
I think I put him in F here, to be honest. I don't know much breakup performances. I think Battle was better than Miminger, personally. I have to say.
Fair.
I'd
I'll
add him
keep
in
him
there.
there.
Hello?
Yeah, we can move on.
Yeah, okay. Next we have Michael the Best State 2.
Or Michi for short.
Mickey. I think it's Mickey.
No, Michi. I think that's what it's called. Like
Mi-
MICHI.
Mickey, okay.
Huh. I no contest. Straight S tier.
Yes, yeah,
He's
yeah.
really, really, really good at OU. Like
Mhm.
probably this one of the strongest picks. Nothing
Definitely.
else to say though. I think he went for 20K in both SPL and SCL, which is
And did well.
and he also and did well. And he grinded for seed one some 200 points in cycle two. So
Right.
he's committed to this tour.
Yeah.
So nothing else. We know his ceiling.
Hmm, agreed.
We know how good he can be, and
Agreed.
he's certainly one of the best candidates for anyone to get here. If he's motivated, he'd probably help support the other OU slots as well, which is invaluable.
Mhm. Right.
Nothing much to say.
Nothing much to
He
add. We
can
know
also
all of
be one of the best. He can also slot into a different tiebreak tier. Like even if it's not OU,
hmm.
I'd still expect him to fare well in anything
I'm
because
not gonna lie. If his team is in a tiebreaker, we'll definitely pick OU for him to play.
surely
I don't think there's anything else, any judgment in that.
there's a mandatory OU slot as well, right?
Yeah, so they can
If
use that
nothing
as well.
else.
So basically, a
That
very
makes
good OU
sense.
player you have for free in the tiebreak.
True,
It's
true.
very funny. Right. Next we have Mihawk,
Not
Italian
the real
again.
Mihawk, the fake.
He's in
What
New
the
York at
real
the moment.
OGs know.
Our own Mihawk has gone off into the sunset. Never to say.
Aaron Mihawk, I hope to see him back one day.
Yeah, but
Fine. Oh, this Mihawk is Italian.
yeah, he's my manager
But
in IPL, which I bombed, of course. So
what a surprise. Just kidding, just kidding.
yeah, I wasn't able
So
to.
you can talk about him. I have no idea other than
No, I
that
haven't
he's
seen him.
Italian.
I've seen much of him as a player, but he's a great manager and great presence. Uh,
Did he call top eight?
I'm not sure. I don't think he did.
He didn't. He didn't. He didn't.
But I don't know much about him as a player, but I think they are fairly good. I rank him around B, honestly.
I'd put them in C if you don't know who they are because everyone in B right now can definitely like go at
Hmm.
least top three in their pool if they do well. I'm not sure about them because we really don't know about them, right? Other than bits and pieces.
Yeah, fair enough.
I'd keep them in C then.
I probably get a mail from a message from Ramalu saying, you put me in C, huh? But yeah, that's okay. That's how it is. Right.
Next is Milk
Milk
Tank
milk.
Milk.
Doubles or you? Okay.
Familiar face on
Yeah.
playing doubles at the big stage, like
Mhm.
back when it used to be in SPL and SCL
Yeah.
and Snake.
Yeah.
Good player, and I think he also was there for doubles. I'm not sure if he was there for doubles World Cup actually.
Mm-hmm.
He's played in DPL.
Mm-hmm.
He signed up for DPL. I'm just having a look. He signed up for World Cup as well, but I don't think he posted any win posts. So he probably was riding the bench.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he went like this thing, like defeat, like only losses throughout. He's good enough to not have that. So lack of posts here probably means he didn't start or didn't play.
Yeah.
So don't know about the activity. Player wise,
Good player.
he's probably again the doubles pool is so stacked, man, this year. Like
Yeah.
you really can't pick the top dog here other than
All
SMB, which
sufficient.
we'll get to
All and
later.
then
SMB and TTTX are probably the best picks. Other than that, everyone's just probably a neck below. You
Mhm.
can't really differentiate between everyone else. And this differentiation also is based on past results in tours room. Like
Mhm.
certainly you can't be sure that those two will be the best players this season,
Yeah.
like they have been traditionally.
Uh-huh. So, but yeah, and Milton Milk here. Like,
I'd
he,
see, just because for activity, I'd put
yeah.
him at the top of B.
That's
And
what.
actually, I think it's disrespectful. Like, he's a very, very, very good doubles player.
Okay.
He probably might be washed, but if he took the time to qualify, that means he probably cares.
Yeah.
So I'd still put him in A.
Yeah. Okay. Next we have Moisi. Moisi, I think another close room player.
I think so as well. But that's all I know.
Yeah. Not much to know about.
I'd yeah, say I'd put them in don't know rather than lower tier because the others we at least have an idea about.
Mm, Moisi, I have played him a bit in room tours, but he's fine.
I don't think that's enough for
Mm,
like people like that get discouraged, right? If we straight put them in F tier because we don't know them, so
yeah, fair enough.
we'll just put them in don't know.
Okay. Next we have Mushamu.
Yeah,
Mushamu.
otherwise known as Dessen,
That's them. The
famously
Beckham.
known for quitting the game but coming back 3 hours
Always.
later.
Always.
Always quits monotype, ladders mono at 4 a.m. Signs up as MPL manager.
Manager.
They're really good. Like
Oh yeah.
I'd say that they're always underrated. Like in terms of like even in a monotype team tours,
Mm.
their drafts are consistently ranked low, but due to team morale, chemistry, and synergy, and excellent support provided in mono, they'd always end up doing. They won and monotype Winter Premier League as well, and now they're trying for MPL.
Mhm.
So in monotype, they're the top pick, and I think they're in the first seed for ladder tour right now, monotype ladder tour by a long shot, around 900 points.
Yeah.
So definitely they're amongst the top mono players in the pool, and we know that they can man. They won ribbon as well for
Yeah, and
mono
they can
this
play
year.
any other tier. Yeah, they can play OU, UE,
They can play any other tier at a very good level. You don't
Yeah,
need to be worried about him or them
definite is.
doing well or not.
Mhm.
I definite is.
Definite
They
is.
also won last year, right? So
Uh,
championship bias.
oh, championship. Huh?
No, they won BLT right last year on GX's team.
Oh, the J16. Not talking about
Yeah, GXC drafted a broken team last
what's
year.
wrong with me? Okay. Damn. Alright. Next we have Ninja.
Yeah, I used to confuse them with Ninja Dog until
No,
very
no, no.
recently.
He's not Ninja. No, no.
Yeah, yeah.
He's the other
But
Ninja. He played BLT, bro. He played BLT 1 or 2. Like when we were
oh,
he's the
when we
oldie.
were babies.
Yeah, yeah, he's the oldie. He played for Roses last
And
year.
recently he's done well. I think he is the NUPL manager right now, and he
Yeah,
drafted a pretty good team.
yeah. And he played NU
And I
last year.
think he's still in slam contention as well.
Oh.
So he's really good, and he's really trying,
Mhm.
which is always good. I think I'd rate him pretty highly for NU. NU pool. I'm so far we've not seen any people who are designated NU, right?
New players. Ninja is one of those
Huh.
designated players. He can,
So a
yeah,
good NU player would help you farm the pool if it's weak.
yeah, true.
And he's definitely good in that tier.
Mm-hmm.
I'd put
Hey,
him in a
hey, yeah, true.
self-sufficient tier main.
Right out. Next we have Oakley's. No idea.
This guy's been killing it in room tours, but that's all I know about him.
Oh, then don't know.
Yeah, he has only one post on Smogon, but I see them winning every alternate, like pretty much every alternate tour on even right now. Like
I
they
don't
win a
know.
lot of room tours.
Okay.
And they use like different teams as well, so they don't fall into the same category as Mal in that sense.
Mm-hmm.
So I think, and they qualified like second or third seed in cycle one, so they're guaranteed top eight.
Oh, there. Oh, that's
Yeah,
interesting.
they are there. Huh. So they're definitely qualifying. Like I thought they were in alt of someone until they signed up.
Uh-huh.
So definitely cycle one qualifying is not easy.
Yeah.
and they won a lot of tours as well. So, but since this is the only Smogon post that they have, and this is the only introduction we have to them, I'd put them in C,
Yeah.
but can certainly see them doing very well.
Yeah. Just going back the points, how much they earned, even in a stacked time when Cycle 1 was very competitive. Not too sure.
Yeah, definitely. Like you had a lot of players who definitely would have got top 8 in later cycles who were stuck around the 80 to 900 range. Just because cycle 1 every tour was double the size of what it is right now.
Yeah. All right. Next we have on Arceus. Any player?
Yeah, SCL winner.
SCL winner. But it's a winner.
Famous for not using a steel type or a ground type and still winning.
Right.
No, I'm wrong on one of those. I think they don't like use. I mean, it's funny how often they don't have like one of those types and still consistently win. And so they're pretty good. Like they're very good. Not pretty good. They're very good. They also been retained for NUPL this season after last like their SCL performance and such.
Yeah.
They're a very good tier main. But look, so it's a solid A. It's only a decision between putting them in S and A. So leaning towards A because NU is the only tier I think they'd end up playing.
Yeah. I also like it.
They'd definitely be at the top of the NU pool though.
Yeah.
No contention.
We have, and like next is we have people who are very versatile, like LKPD.
Yeah, like Laka.
Like that. So that's the only thing. That the STRs is mainly what I think and what you think also is that people should be more versatile in what they want to play or what they can play. Which these guys
Like
are.
in case you need to tie break and you can safely slot them into the opponent's tier choice.
Yeah.
By providing them a team, they'll manage fine.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Next we have Plunder. Oh, he I think Mono main? Plunder?
Yeah, Mono main. He also tried out for Asia recently for World Cup.
Okay.
And he was a manager in BLT, Mono BLT.
Oh, interesting.
And I think he was also on the winning team for Monotype Winter Premier.
Wow.
The recent team, and he won there. So he's good. Like as a mono player, he's good. I know him. But don't know if he's as good as monopools. I think this as stacked as doubles this year.
Yeah.
Like we already ranked 5 of them, and it's only cycle 1.
Yeah.
And all of them are high tier. I'd rate him slightly below the others, just because he's one of the newer faces.
B.
But yeah. No. Fine. B is good. Top of B is fine.
Yeah.
B is fine. But they can definitely do well. It's just that the pool is so stacked this year. It's not because they're a bad player or anything.
Not at all. Right. Next we have both. Prince of all tacos.
The legend.
The legend. Another, I think he also played Monotype, which is interesting.
Did he sign up for Monotype this year?
I think he'll be Monotype only. Monotype or low tier. NU or something like that.
I think he's going to play a lower tier this year. I'm pretty sure.
I mean, he's a manager.
He also got drafted for NUPL, which he was pretty happy about. He was saying that earlier today.
Nice. That's what I think.
True. He's a good player. I think he falls exactly in the same category as Axel's here.
Yeah.
Good player. We all know he's good. And just that he doesn't main any tier, so that he's not in A. But skill wise, he's there.
Yeah. But I think
and he's also very good in terms of team chemistry. Like last year, Articuno's draft was not rated high by many people, but they had a very fighting chance for playoffs because of the team environment he tried to manage.
Yeah. And this year also, I think he'll try to do exactly that with the team he tries to draft. But for Port, I think he can slot in anything. So, like, if he says if his draft is weak in some position, then he can play that slot, for so to say. But I think for Port, I think he's best suited for Monotype and NU because that's what I've seen him play the most in BLTs and other stuff. So
agree.
But I still be a solid B right now for him, in my opinion.
Agree. He's not higher because again, he doesn't main a particular tier consistently.
Right. Next we have Potia 2004.
again a tours room main.
Hmm.
I'd they also do they also do the vids with McCoy, right?
Yeah, McCoy and Portugal do the wins usually for BLT.
Do they play any other tours other than tours room,
I've only
TLT
ever
and
seen them
BLT?
play TLT and BLT. Not sure if they play any other.
Fair, fair. And I think they did somewhat well last year, right?
Mm-hmm. I think they
If
did.
I'm not wrong. In
They played some
they
lower tier.
did.
Lower tier again.
Yeah, I remember them doing well.
Yeah.
But I think they fall into the same category as Halaman.
Mm-hmm.
Like good tours room player, consistent and familiar face,
Mm-hmm.
fetches you the number of wins like consistently up till now. But we don't know how they'd fare in this pool.
Yeah. I think the
So I
solid
do
C is
that.
true for him.
That's fair.
Next we have PS Ash.
Isn't this a Hindi room main?
Yeah, he's Indian. He talks a lot in game.
Yeah, I have no idea other than that.
Yeah, no idea.
Really, no idea.
No idea.
I remember he was excited though. He's like, I qualified in the thread, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah. He's
Yeah.
excited. He talks a lot in matches also. Okay. Next we have Twin.
Every Indian starts in tours room.
Yeah, definitely.
So we're putting him in don't know tier, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, fair.
Next we have Twin.
Quinn,
So
see,
this guy, okay, so this
he's
guy
in.
because
Uh,
no Quinn, I saw him play in LPL for the Scrubs, and he's positive. He won like 4-2 or something like that.
oh, nice.
He has a good record. I mean, this is his first tour, I think, actual tour, and he's doing well.
Yeah, makes sense. He seems like a new player.
Yeah, and I played
He's
him
also
twice.
trying for top 8 this cycle, like
Ah,
cycle
okay,
4.
okay.
He's also in I think he's C3 or 2 right now.
Oh, nice. So this is
Hmm.
interesting. Where do we slot him? Because I think we can put him in a D here. Not gonna lie,
Same, C or D. Like I'm leaning C, but we don't know him, so it's safer to say D.
D because they have results. I've seen the results, but depends on how they perform this BLT. In
It's hard for
definitely
us
stack.
to rank people who are new, right? Especially in
Yeah, it's for us also. It was same when we were young. Young. Damn, oldies.
the next player seems kind of bad, though. I think we
Yeah,
can
F tier,
skip them.
bro. FF, definitely.
Don't
Damn.
know. First time I'm hearing this name in my life.
Oh, damn. I don't know, huh? Shit. But nah, I
Next
think.
we'll have
Don't know. Okay, next.
we'll skip talking
Ah,
about ourselves.
I'm just thinking
So
about this
next we
pool. Where would I go? S tier, A tier, I'm a star player. Anyway, don't know. Yeah.
best sub ever.
Best of all. All right. Next, we have Stimmy.
Then
Stimmy the Lord.
Indian bias.
Oh, yeah. Indian pass. But no, I think
They're good
Stimmy
at
is.
Ubers though. Like I'd rate them as one of the lower end Ubers picks.
Stimmy is solid.
Like last year, some teams made the mistake of going really hard at Ubers.
Yeah.
Like we saw, I think 21K Einsgrad.
He was not happy.
So always hate to be forced into that position, right? Where
Yeah.
you have the price tag burden of being able to, rather than you choosing when to contribute.
Yeah. That's all.
Huh.
But I think Stimmy is solid. They are definitely solid
I
player.
think Skim is solid as well in Ubers. And I think they made a pretty far run in TLT as well, right? Recently,
I think so.
like
Yeah.
around 7 or around 8.
Not sure. I think they went far, definitely.
Yeah, I think they went far. They lost to Blymax, I think, in
Oh,
winners, and I don't know who they lost to in losers.
okay, okay.
Huh. So I'd rate them pretty highly in Uber, like as a lower end Uber pick.
Uh-huh.
So either it's low B or high C. I'd rate them in B itself. I think B is fine.
Bias. I see bias.
Bias.
Bias, bias,
I'm
bias.
sorry, I can't help it.
All right.
Next up, we have the GOAT.
SMB.
Leo would have gone crazy if he's here.
Yeah. He's
Number
SMB
one
fan.
SMB fan ever.
Uh-huh.
Straight S, we don't need to worry too
Yeah.
much.
Yeah.
He's a proven contestant. Like, so he himself would carry. Like, we don't need to worry about the doubles record at all.
Mhm.
That would be fine. And then he's also a very similar to Decimus, and he can play every tier.
Yeah.
So nothing much to say. He's just a legend.
Yeah.
Looking forward
Oldie.
to.
Very good player.
Yeah, looking forward to great things again.
Yeah, right. Aha, this has
Never heard this player in my life.
he didn't spit fire, he spit poison. Spit poison after that.
So,
Never heard of him. Right. Splash.
is this the Brazilian splash or the Canadian
The
splash?
Brazilian smash. The Brazilian
Okay.
splash.
He did really well in Auras, surprisingly, this time. Surprisingly, as in no one expected him to.
Mhm.
In SPL, I mean.
Yeah.
I think he was undefeated until mid-season or something like that. I
Nice.
think on the bigs.
Mhm.
Or on the bigs or the cryos, I'm not sure. One of the two.
Uh-huh.
He did really well there. And I think he also plays in a lot of side tours slash official like PLs, Premier Leagues of different tiers.
True.
There's also like Italian innate skill. There's also innate Brazilian skill.
But
I'm not sure what explicitly they signed up for.
I
Let me
think they
have a
are
look.
one of those players who can play anything. Like if you put them in one place, they
True,
play. So
but I'm not sure how motivated they are. I probably signed up for the custom avatar, which I did as well. That's a different story.
uh-huh. You did, India. Okay.
Let me have
Anyway,
searching.
so where do you
They
put him?
OU over RU or LC, but anything is fine.
Yeah, that's what.
I'd put them in A or
Yeah,
B, one of the two. I think A is fine.
A is fine. A is fine. Definitely.
Uh,
I think they're a very good player to not be in A. Too good player to not be in A.
Same, agree.
Right. Next we have Stariel. Or you.
Recently popped off on the big stage as well after doing well in Classic.
Yeah.
But I don't think he's done well in SCL or SPL. Like, he's struggling. I think he's gone negative in both.
Okay.
But he's certainly good. Like it really takes a lot for someone new in like today's age to
Uh,
directly pop onto the big stage
true.
like that.
True.
So he certainly is very good. I'm just debating whether putting him in S or A. Like because he's manager, that means he'd been very active in
Mm-hmm.
terms of just his slot or supporting the team.
But because I
And
think
I
he
think
only
being
play OU mainly, I think. Maybe A is better slot there. High A, so to say.
that's true, but being manager mostly brings out the best in you in terms
Mm-hmm.
of like supporting as well. I'd rate him pretty highly because he's been here for a couple of years right now, right? I think this is like third or fourth tour for
Yeah.
him. So I'd put him in A because as you said, only OU right now, but he's certainly top of A.
Oh yeah. No doubt on it. I'd like to say
Hmm.
that regarding a comment about, being a manager gets the best out of you. When I was the manager, I
Hmm.
was U2 in LC. Then I subbed myself.
And then OD disappeared.
Yeah. And I made
Best managers,
made
and
the
you won
amazing call
also.
of putting Excelsior in LC. And he went up undefeated. See? Manager. That was right, man. That year was a hell of a ride.
No customer avatar though.
Yeah, unfortunate.
Robbed.
Definitely. Right. Next year. Statue. Stitch.
Their name changed,
Stitch
right? Or
Young.
something like
Yeah?
They name changed to Fluor or something like that.
Yeah,
Like
they changed a hell of
couple
a
of
time. Stitch to the Glacier, Stitch.kr, I don't know what else.
yeah.
So many names. But
I see them playing everywhere as like a like they get picked like in the last round or second last round.
Stitch right now is a
But I'm
paddle
not.
spot main. He's laddering for the
Oh,
BSS ladder.
oh, nice.
So, Stitch.
I'm not sure about their playing abilities, to be honest. They're a very good chat presence in this pool. I don't think they do much better than going neutral. If they're started, I see them being picked up as a late round sub, if anything.
Mhm.
And I think they went 0-3 last year on GX's team.
Yeah, he got
Like
carried
whenever
away.
they were subbed in.
Yeah,
So I put them in C,
yeah,
but
agreed.
they're even though the others in C, we're not sure of whether they'll be picked up. I'm pretty sure they will be picked up
Hmm.
because they're just a familiar face and nice to have.
Right. Next we have Taz, Ultimate.
Yeah, LC Men, and apparently he played a big part in supporting Bully Croc to go 10-1 in SCL. Like
Oh,
he was on Islanders as well,
okay.
and they won SCL. And
Yeah.
apparently he played a big part in the prep and such.
Hmm.
And I think he's also a familiar face at this point. I don't know if he's played BLT or like
No, he
tournament
never
league
has.
as
No,
much.
no, bro, he hasn't. He only actually
Oh,
came for the prize money one time.
but certainly he's a self-sufficient tier man.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, definitely. A
and he's a
solid
good
goal.
player. How and the LC pool? Who so far? I think we've like ranked only one other
Right
person
now,
in
LC
LC.
is sector one. If you're talking about mains, LC
Huh?
is sector one. Then
Yeah,
after that,
Excelsior and yourself.
Excelsior, me,
So I
then
think LC pool. He's one of the better picks, or
yeah,
like probably the
one
best pick.
top two,
So,
definitely.
so straight A.
Straight in.
I don't know that they play in other tiers, so not higher.
Right, next we have Team Charm.
Desem Junior in terms of quitting and coming back.
They made slam playoffs last year while also
Yeah,
playing.
and based on that, they also played in SCL.
Yeah.
So they're definitely good. I think not sure if they signed up for NU again,
Mhm.
and not sure about their activity. Like if they're on GX's team, definitely they'll be active and do
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
So, but
And
the skill is there. We know they literally showed that last year, and
yeah.
they're a very good player, and they can slot in multiple tiers as well.
So where do I put them? Eh?
A definitely
Yeah.
Indian bias coming soon.
He's not Indian. TGA.
No.
The game in attack.
He's
Uh,
really good, like for his age, but he's still long way to go in terms of improving.
yeah. Where do I
He
put
is, he is. I think he was trying for top eight, but didn't manage to in cycle one's
missed out.
competition.
Missed out, yeah.
Missed out. If he tried in like cycle 3 or 4, he would have gotten.
Mhm.
I see them being in the same category as Tichu, as in like good as a maybe late round
Yeah.
pick as a sub or something,
I think he's
and they'd
fine.
be active as well.
Yeah, yeah.
But I don't see them starting.
No. Oh, fish. We missed something. See, bro. PS Ash is different and the
Who
Indian
do
guy
we
is Rush
miss?
PX.
Oh, wait.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll get back to that then.
Yeah, yeah. Right. Next we have the front line, the God himself.
Yeah, really
I'm
good player.
I'm a high on the front
Big.
line. I'm very big fan of him.
I know, I know.
I put him in
They
S.
did really well in
Oh,
SCLS.
stop
Yeah,
him. I put
even
S.
I agree. Yeah, I agree. He can also play in multiple tiers.
Yeah,
Like
definitely.
he did well in LC World Cup. I'm pretty sure he's
Mm.
playing LC in PSPL, I think.
Yeah,
And then we know he's really good at RU and also at NU. And both those pools are pretty farmable if you get momentum going.
exactly.
And he's also a familiar, like similar to SMB, familiar proven face.
Definitely. And of
Good to
course,
see them make it big on the main stage as well.
oh bro,
Like
we know him for a
recent,
long
we
time.
all knew that they were good for a while, but
Yeah. See, no, it was only after he played RU for my team. You know, the Stuffles. After which he
there's a
popped off in
common
RU.
theme here.
BLT, my team.
Full credit goes to Raj.
Oh yes. Right. Next we have T184 Silver Edition. No idea who they are.
Same. Trade don't know.
Don't know.
Next to Raj shoot and Spitfire Arcanine.
Yep. Unknown faces. Next we have T Nunes.
Or Thiago
Yago
Nunes.
Nunez. Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if Ron goes hard on him because I know Ron likes him a lot
Yeah,
and
he's a good
drafts
player
him in
though.
every opportunity. He's
One
a
of the
very good player.
most
Like
versatile players.
you same. He's one of those like consistent faces in circuit tours and Premier Leagues,
Mhm.
and he does well in RU and NU.
Yeah.
I think he was on the Brazilian team that won PU World Cup also this year, so
Oh,
that's also there.
nice.
I'd put him like see, uh, I'd put him as a player wise in B,
Mm-hmm.
but his knowledge in multiple tiers pushes up to A.
Yeah. Yeah.
Definitely in Slam, that's pretty valuable. Like if you even if you don't have multiple like top tier mains in Slam, if you manage like multiple knowledgeable people in Slam, that'll still do you very very much good. Like, and
Yeah.
that I think would be like key in this, as we said, money managed
Money
draft.
management. True. And then Teeners will be a very solid pickup if we respect up. Will be. I think he won't go for bid money also. Like at most 8K or 9K. That's a good
It'll
price.
be value for money.
Value for money. Yeah.
Mm.
Right. Next we have Triple TX. The double Zoyo.
The GOAT,
The goat.
the legend,
Always as well in
uh,
BLTs.
always does well in BLTs. Don't know if they will be able to be at the top again this time, as we've seen, like literally everyone here is either an SCL, SPL
Whew.
player.
That's what.
So we don't know, but it's his legend. I mean, like what he's left behind so far and his consistent performance so far makes it so that we cannot rank him any less than A.
Yeah. It's consistent
Definitely.
performances. And I'm really excited to see how he performs in a stacked double Zoyo pool this year. Really hope he does well.
I still believe that he'll do well. Like
Yeah, I
you
hope he does
cannot.
well. He's a good guy.
He's a really good guy.
Yeah. Right. Next we have Udon Girl.
They've really popped off in the last year though. Like I was not familiar with them. Like GXC picked them up as a sub last year, like towards the late end of the draft. But they've done really well since then. I think they were picked up mid-season for UUPL and they did well there as well. Now they qualified Cycle 1 Seed D here
Wow.
in BLT,
Yeah.
and they've become a familiar face in the UU community as well.
They're popular. Very popular.
Yeah,
With
they
the
are.
teams.
Like if you ask multiple people, they'd know who Udon Girl is now.
Yeah. And with the teams they use also. It's wow. Interesting team.
Calf, Psyshock, Togekiss skills, Nihiligo.
That's right.
So they're a good player and they've improved drastically from last year.
Yeah.
They definitely start in UU for some team,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm not so sure as to how what result you can expect from them consistently.
Mm-hmm.
I'd
B?
put them in B.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I can see them definitely going positive.
True. All right. Last four. We have Velvet up next.
I thought they were washed until very much recently, but they've really been doing well. Like they've done well in AG, which somewhat translates over to good skill in Ubers.
Mm-hmm.
They're winning in PS Ubers and PSPL as well.
Yeah.
And just as a reference to say that they're still playing Mons, they won Cap Seasonals as well. We have a Cap Seasonals winners here who can clarify that winning that takes a lot of skill.
Oh yes. As a former myself, I think it was quite a tough battle, to get that win. So
So they're active and we know that they're a good player. I just thought they've been away from the game for a while, but they've proven me wrong and they've been doing well in the tours they've signed up for.
mm-hmm.
I put them in the same range as Port probably,
Mm.
since the main AG and that tier's not here.
Yeah, that's
It
about
would
it.
translate over to Ubers, but they're not a designated Ubers main, right?
True.
So, but I still see them going. They played Ubers last year as well. I'm pretty sure in
Yeah,
BLT.
they did play
I
Ubers.
remember them like playing
OMJ.
right now after every week went up.
Yeah.
Huh.
All right.
So I'd see them in the same range as Kimi in terms of being a lower end Ubers pickup, but still doing well.
Yeah. B. A B is solid for them.
Hmm.
Right. Next we have VP Devil. Someone who has been away. Or rather.
Yeah, definitely been away from the game. I don't this thing they haven't logged on since qualifying also
Oh.
or
That's
something like that. No, there's a Rans community sub Discord and I think it was mentioned there. That's why I remember so
okay.
explicitly. And I don't know what like if they play any of these tiers at all.
Hmm.
They've just been there. It's a familiar name, but I can't. If you ask me what they've done, I cannot pinpoint you to something.
Yeah, true.
I put them in D
Yeah,
because
unfortunately.
at least we remember the name.
That's something. Right. Last two. We have XRN next. I think
Uh,
I've seen that name
they're a
in.
draft player.
Yeah, I think I've seen the name in drafts.
They're my manager in draft Premier League right now,
Okay.
and they're pretty good. Like they're an ADV player on Smogon. I'm pretty sure
Mm-hmm.
ADV, Ubers, and OU.
Okay.
So and but they also play like current gens in draft. So it's not like they're only familiar with old gens.
Okay.
but not sure how that would translate over to, like, it might be my lack of familiarity with them,
Mm-hmm.
but not sure if that would translate to good results in like current gen Smogon tiers. So I'm leaning towards B right now, but probably that's bias because, but I'd certainly rate them higher in terms of playing skill than the other people we placed in C.
Okay. Then up to I don't know about the playing skill, so I'll go by your judgment here, and I can B.
Hmm.
Right. Lastly, we have Yash PX. He's the Indian guy they're talking about.
Let me find PS Ash meanwhile. No, PS Ash is also Indian. GMT plus 530.
Oh, okay. But
Nice. Same, but we no idea other
yeah,
than them being Indian and talking
yeah, don't
in the
know.
Hindi room.
All right. So this was Cycle 1 rankings from our perspective, what we think should be the tier list. Uh, there are two more cycles, but I think it's taking too much time. Yeah, I think we can do it later on.
Yeah,
Last two.
we'll do it later.
Yeah.
See you in the next video.
Yeah. Okay, guys. See you next video. And make sure to just, rate me for my rankings. Everything like that. All right. So, see you guys.
Subscribe to Pokiraj.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Please do. Bye bye.